Week one of the spring season is in the books, and boy, our Marauders are looking on fire right now as baseball lacrosse are dominant, with the crew team getting their first trophy in school history. What else happened? Find out coming up next.
Floater too strong. Rebound tapped around. The three to win the game. No good. And Prep survives. The Marauders have won their first sectional championship since 2014.
Saved by Hemi Walker. 8 seconds left to go. Long toss to Kelly. Kelly tries to make something happen with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. The buzzer. It goes in. It goes in. Brian Kelly with 0.5 seconds left on the clock ties the game at 3.
On fade to Fowler. Oh, Zion Fowler with the reception.
And boy, what a week it was in Marauder country. Welcome everyone to another edition of the State of Marauders podcast, episode number 108. And as you saw in that intro, Brian Kelly was clutch last year for the Marauders at times. The Marauders had their own clutch moment against Livingston, but we're going to talk about that later on in the episode. Sophomores Ignacio Marro and Jackson Briamonte will be on this week's State of the Line to dissect the 2-0 start for the lacrosse team and talk about what's in store for them next week as well. And ladies and gentlemen, it is back. The first ever Marauder Player of the Week award is going to happen. We're going to get our first set of nominees this week. Let's go. A lot of good things happening in St. Peter's Prep. And talk about everything that happened for your Marauders this week. We can always be found on any list of devices on Apple, on Spotify, on Anchor, on Google Podcasts, you name it, we're there. So be sure to search State of the Marauders or follow us on our social media profile at SOTM Marauders to see all of our exclusive Marauder content. As always, I am your host, Renato Rodriguez of the class of 2010. I want to start off by talking about the news for the week. And in this week's news, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you download the app today via the link on the SOTM Marauders page. And again, download the app, all the links, including all the live streams, which we had a lot of live streams this week for our Marauders. So if you have not done so, make sure you watch them live on the NFHS Network. We have schedules, texting service form, which again, that's open all year long. And you'll get text messages from all the games that I go to and provide updates for, and even some games that I don't go to, that we get updates for that as well. Again, the Play of the Week voting, which is starting up again this week, and much, much more. So make sure you download the app today. Also, make sure you like and subscribe us on YouTube at the SOTM Network. Again, I'll be posting full highlights which you will be seeing on this episode. And also, we have everything on YouTube. You have this podcast and video form. You got the highlights. Got much, much more. So make sure you follow us on YouTube at SOTM Network. As we talked about last week, Prep Hockey is still looking for some assistant coaches to join the program. Again, make sure you email the head coach of the hockey team. That's head coach Brendan Roche at rocheb@spprep.org. And again, if you're interested, email him. If you had some youth hockey experience, he's looking for them in particular. But if you don't, I still highly recommend you reach out to head coach Brendan Roche at rocheb@spprep.org. In other news, also spring open house coming up for our Marauders, April 30th. All right. I'll have that link on the app as well to RSVP for the open house. It's a very good time to get to know everything about St. Peter's Prep. I mean, it's a great opportunity for perspective for 6th, 7th, 8th graders. So if you're interested in learning more about prep as a whole and prep athletics in particular as well, there's a lot stands in the gym during the open house, but also for any other programs that you're interested in clubs as well. Make sure to stop by from 1 to 3 p.m. on Sunday, April 30th for that information. So also on the docket for this week, big news. I mean, this is big news. Zone 6 Classic. All right. They're going to have 6 dates worth of Zone 6 classes, right? Six dates. But their first day, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to feature our Marauders. Week 0, August 26, 2023, down in Atlanta, Georgia, Moorhead College against the Creekside Seminoles will be your St. Peter's Prep Marauders. It's going to be a big matchup going all the way down Georgia. I hope to make it down there. Should be a fun one. New look Marauders. Week 0 opponent taking on Creekside High School. And again, you can pre-sell those tickets. That link will also be in my app as well. But also follow Zone 6 Sports on Instagram at Zone 6 Football. All right, you get pre-sale links for those tickets. Again, Zone 6 does a great job each and every year in promoting our high school athletes in the state, and now they're doing a little cross-country promotion as well. So this is going to be a fun one. Again, week 0, August 26th, 2023 in Atlanta, Georgia. Should be a fun one. In other news for the week, we got the golf team falling to St. Joe's Regional 151 to 164 to go to 1-1 on the year. And some notable scores, Ashkat Argarwal and Kevin Gomes tied with a score of 40. Jackson Ledger with a score of 42. Santa Petroselli score of 42. Liam Richardson a score of 44. And Michael Cangiano with a score of 46. So tough loss against the Green Knights of St. Joe's, but they're going to have 2 matches this week. As first, they're going to have a FDU North Jersey Open Invitational at Weatherville Country Club on Wednesday before they take on the arch rivals Bergen Catholics big matchup at the Knickerbocker Country Club on Thursday. Make sure you come out and support your Marauders. Also on the docket this week, tennis with an absolutely positively strong start against Kearney in county play. They would win 5-0. Yes, clean sweep in the match. At first singles, Yash Khanna would defeat Landon Madalena 6-0, 6-1. In second singles, Agushia Harsh absolutely dominated against Pietro Casado 6-0, 6-0. So great job by Agushia there. At third singles, Lucas Mira McKenzie would win against Cesar Morales 6-1, 6-0. And to me, this is the strength of the team this year is the doubles. Gino, Kahlo, 6-1, 6-0. And in second doubles, Jeremy Camber and Eric Saunders, 6-1, 6-0 as well. So great start for the tennis team, 1-0 start of the season. They were supposed to have 2 matches this week, but their match against Xavier got postponed due to a little bit of rain that happened on Wednesday. So this was the only match of the week. They start off 1-0. They got 3 matches this week with 2 against county opponents. The first would be today on Monday against McNair. Then Bayonne on Wednesday before taking on CBA on Thursday from Lincoln Park. That should be a fun one to watch if you're interested in supporting your Marauders on that Thursday. Again, it is spring break, students. It is spring break. So if you're in the area, come out, support your Marauders. They're working hard during the break, so make sure you come out, support your Marauders. The baseball team, ladies and gentlemen, they start off with not one, not two, but three huge wins. They were 3-0 to start the year. They defeated Bayonne, Ferris, and North Bergen. And not only did they win those 3 matchups, they allowed a whopping 0 runs through 3 games. Yes, you see my hand right here. 0 runs through 3 games. We gotta take a look at the highlights for at least 2 of these games. And we're gonna take a look at them. Starting first with the matchup against Ferris with Kevin Connolly and Joe Henry on the call on D1 Media Pro. So guys, take it.
Breaking ball, chop back to the mound. Kirk goes home for 1. Throw on to first is in time. Another beautiful in Miami as that one snared out to third base. Diving play by Infante Mijan. And there's one for Randy Paulino. He swings away, bounces it on the ground to short. They'll go to second for 1. Throw on to first is in time. How about Isaiah Ruiz out there at shortstop? Second double play he's turned today. Third double for Ferris as Isaiah Ruiz for Prep lines that one into left field. That gets down for a base hit. In to score is Ligio. Migueli is up to second. It's an RBI single for Isaiah Ruiz. The infield single from Migueli as that one lined into center field for a base hit from Matt Corwin. Migueli being waved around third. He will come in to score. Going up to third on the play is Isaiah Ruiz. It's an RBI single for Matt Corwin and Prep. 3-2 in the air to left field and deep. Abreu going back on it. He's at the track. He's looking up and it's gone. Joe Haynes, a moonshot out to left. A 3-run bomb for Prep. And they have plated 8 runs here in the 4th inning.
Kevin, talk about a power hit there. They've been making good contact all.
That one hit on the ground and through into left field. It's a base hit. Being waved around third is Barksdale. Here's the play at the plate. Throw is not in time. It's a 2-run single for Frank Ligio. And it's an 11 bat around twice here in the 4th inning as that one is served into right center field. That gets down for a base hit. Being held up at third is Ligio. It's an RBI single for Ryan Micheli, and it's now 12-0.
Huge test against Bayonne to really get that top spot.
Called strike 3. Hernandez down looking. Sam Porch comes on to strike out the 2 that he faces. He got a ground out as well, and St. Peter's Prep will get a opening day victory here against Ferris, 14-0 via the 10-run mercy rule in 5 innings.
So what a statement for the baseball team. All right, it was neck and neck as you saw, 0-0 all the way to the 4th inning, and then the Marauders will score 14 runs. Like, come on, 14 runs in 1 inning against Ferris, unbelievable. Joe Haynes, you saw the 3-run bomb. Frank Ligio, 3 RBIs. Isaiah Ruiz, 2 for 2, 2 RBIs. Matt Corn, 2 RBIs. Max Kurt, 1 hit shutout to 4 innings. And then Sam Porch closes the door with 2 Ks. Great job by the Marauders against Ferris. I mean, that was going to be a tough opening day game. Rematch of last year's Hudson County final. The Marauders were able to seize control in the 4th inning and win in the mercy rule. Low scoring game all the way to the 4th. And then bang, the Marauders delivered. But now they took on Bayonne. And boy, when I say it was low scoring, it was low scoring all the way to extras. But let's take a look as I call the game. You know, a little bit of audio difficulties on D1 Media Pro, so we apologize for that. But I did voice over the highlights. So let's take a listen to how the Marauders would defeat the Bees.
What a game last night in Bayonne as the Marauders and Bees renewed their rivalry in Hudson County. So the Marauders senior Manhattan-bound Matt Corwin would be on the mound to take on junior UMass Lowell Comet, Noah Geisler, and boy, ladies and gentlemen, these pitchers were locked in all game long. Bottom second, there is a strikeout to get out of the jam. Geisler to strike out Isaiah Ruiz, and then Matt Corn will respond here with another strikeout in the bottom of the second. We're going to head now to the bottom of the 4th. Matt Corn, a little bit of the jam of his own. Look at that beauty, the breaking ball, strike-free looking of Mike Cunningham. And then another breaking ball, strike-free swinging of Chris Valencia. He gets out of the jam. We go to the 5th inning. Matt Corn got him looking. Another strikeout for the right-hander. Geisler will get a little bit of help here defensively into the 6th. Look at this play here by Anthony Mancini robbing Matt Corrin of extra bases. What a play against the pole in center field. Geisler just continues to dominate here in the 7th. Back-to-back strikeouts of Boxdale. And now here of Massimo Infante Meehan. 7 shutout innings. He would go into the 8th, going into extras. And more strikeouts for Geisler. Absolutely dealing. But he would get into one more jam. Joe Haynes at the dish. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. And what does Geisler do? Gets it to ground out to second base. What a performance here. Nolan Geisler, 8 shutout innings with 11 strikeouts on the day. We go into the bottom of the 8th. Adrian Rojas comes in relief, and he gets a strikeout to get out of the jam as well. Another strikeout here in the 9th. Adrian Rojas fired up, keeping the Marauders and Bees scoreless. Massimo Fatimian tried to do something here. Gets a bloop single to start off the 10th inning to get the Marauders cooking before this Frank Liggio bunt right in front of the mound. Slips there is Adam Paradine, which causes Massimo Fatimian to just get in ahead of the throw to make it 1st and 2nd, no out. And then we got a walk from Ryan McKelly. He forces the bases loaded, nobody out. Matt Corrin will get the same opportunity with 1 out, and he delivers the tie-breaking hit in a left field to give the Marauders the 1-0 lead. What a game by Matt Corrin. He's fired up. Joe Haynes will get his opportunity at the dish. He's going to deliver as well. He gets revenge from earlier. 2-0 Marauders. In the 10th, we go into the bottom of the 10th. Adrian Rojas gets a strikeout. The Marauders would end the game. They get their 2nd win of the year. And Matt Corrin, heck of performance. 7 shutout innings, 14 Ks on the mound, 3 hits on the field, an RBI single to give the win. And the Marauders will win it 2-0 in 10.
I mean, boy, Matt Corwin. Talk about a potential game of the year candidate right here. All right. Talk about putting your team on your back against your arch rivals Bayonne. Nolan Geisler, heck of the pitcher, the junior going to ULO Mass. I mean, he was beastly against his smart offense, but Matt Corrin's able to match him, surpass him. All right. 14 strikeouts in 7 innings. Then he gets a game-winning hit offensively in 10th. 3 for 5 day. I mean, if he's not the play of the week, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be biased here, but if he's not the play of the week, then what are we doing? What are we voting for? Okay, like Matt Corrin pulled in a top 5 performance of the year in terms of any sport. That was an epic performance by Matt Corrin. Joe Haynes with his sticker and beer. Adrian Rojas, clutch of relief to nail down Bayonne, especially in the 8th inning. He had runners on. Nailed it down. 6 strikeouts overall for Adrian Rojas. Allowed only 1 hit. But heck of performance by this Marauder team against Bayonne. And then they would take on North Bergen and would win 7-0. Adrian Rojas hit a homer. Matt Corwin, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Joe Haynes, 1 for 3 RBIs. The same guys I keep mentioning. Mason Fisher, though, on the mound, absolutely dominant. 6 innings, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts. The Marauders, again, had allowed goose eggs. 0 runs in 3 games so far. And they're going to take on Hudson Catholic today at Lincoln Park, 4:30 p.m. start. I may be going to that game to cover. So perhaps you might see me there if you're going out to Lincoln Park at 4:30. Then they take on Union City from Sea Caucus on Wednesday 11. Before this weekend, they head out to Tennessee to take on Lipscomb Academy and then Ensworth as well. So great job by the baseball team. Now we're going to move on to the Lax team. And boy, the Lax team. Talk about 2 exciting games. You can't ask for more to start off against Bellingeger and Livingston. We got to watch the highlights of both these games, ladies and gentlemen. This was most spectacular. So first, let's watch the highlights from the opener at home, JK Field, against Bellingeger with yours truly on the call.
Sergeant, Front Kearns scores! Great feed from John Kearns. Sorry, 2 John Kearns from Jude Sargent. And the Marauders strike with 9:35 left to go in the first. Here's Kelly. Kelly fakes. Kelly scores! What a shot by Brian Kelly. Marauders retake the lead with 6:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Here's Rodriguez Lappy though. Shoots, saved by Walker. Who's going to get there? And it's Marauder ball. Again, the extra effort there by Neil Ward, able to get them in possession. Blonda in front, risky pass, recovered, scores! Great recovery there off the missed pass to James Jacoby, who he finishes to make it a 3-2 Marauder lead with 4:33 left to go in the first. There's Sargent. Sargent scores! What a laser that was. Welcome back, Jude Sargent. And it's now a 5-4 game with 3:54 left to go in the first half. Setting up at the 20. Sargent shoots. He scores! There's Jude's second of the contest. Marauders back in business. They're now down 6-5. Back to the point. The shot. Nice save by Walker. He's had some big saves so far here in the third quarter to keep the Marauders in it. And Neil Ward gets the recovery, spins out of the move. And Neil Ward spins again. He needs some help. That's a long pass to Jack Ostro. And here come the Marauders. Try to set up shop. Jacoby. Kearns scores! What a play there by the Marauders off the save by Henry Walker. It's John Kearns, his second of the contest, and the game's tied at 6. They get an opening. Nice save again by Walker. He's made some tremendous saves today for the Marauders. Here's Kelly. Kelly, in front, Cagle scores! What a feed from Brian Kelly to Connor Cagle. His first of the contest cannot be any bigger with 6:05 left to go in the fourth. 3, Diego Del Pino. Great save by number 31, Andrew Candela, who he loses the ball. Jude able to pick it up. Sargent scores! What a play by Jude Sargent, his third of the game. That's the hat trick with 3:13 left to go in the fourth. Passes it to Blunda behind the net. Blunda, Kelly scores! What a shot by Brian Kelly! His second of the contest could not come any bigger with 1:29 left to go in the fourth. The Marauders retake the lead. It's now 9-8. And it's going to be still loose. And the Marauders pick it up. It's Finn Freeman. Here's Finn Freeman. Freeman scores! Finn Freeman! Unbelievable! Finn Freeman! With 1:13 left to go, gives the Marauders a 2-goal advantage. Shot off the net, no good. 2.3 left to go in regulation, and the Marauders will get their first win of the 2023 spring season. Your final score from JFK Field: the Marauders 10 and Bellin Jesuit 8.
I mean, boy, Brian Kelly, the minute 3 left to go, giving the Marauders the lead for good. Unbelievable. Jude Sargent got that hat trick you saw there. Got that game-tying goal late. 3 goals and assists for Sargent. For Kelly and Kearns, 2 goals and assists each. And Henry Walker, again, sensational in that with 15 saves. Now, you want to talk about the clutcher moment? Let's talk about the matchup against Livingston, in which I did a call with Livingston's own Ryan Lowry. Yes, D1 Pro collaboration to myself and Ryan Lowry. So let's take a listen to the highlights from that game against Livingston.
Kearns scores! John Kearns strikes. 1 minute into the game, and it's 1-0 for the Marauders. So here comes Ari Warman. Nice feed. Oh, what a save there by Walker off the shot by Alex. So far, a spectacular battle. Look at this long pass here. Intercepted by Jack Astro. Marauders, Brian Kelly. Kelly. 1 up and scores! The one hopper from Brian Kelly. And this game's tied up with 1:55 left to go in the first. Here's Sargent. Sargent fakes the pass. Kelly. A little weave. Sargent. Scores! Jude Sargent gets his first of the contest. The Marauders retake the lead with 10:49 left to go in the second quarter. He wants a hat trick. Good save by Walker. He shaved one of the hat trick there. Good save there by Walker. Nice move there by Holland. Oh, good save by Walker. And here comes Zamir. Fake long shot of the save. Great save there by Henry Walker. Here comes Livingston. Now Livingston looking to extend their lead. The shot. Oh, and another save by Henry Walker. He's been unbelievable for the Marauders today. Here comes Carney Cagle now for the Marauders. Cagle gets it to Blunder. Blunder to Kelly. Kelly with a little shake. He shoots. He scores! Brian Kelly gives the Marauders some life here in the third quarter as he cuts the deficit into 1. Here comes Kelly again. Kelly gets a pick. Kelly goes to his left. He shoots. He scores! Brian Kelly again. And the Marauders have tied the game at 5 here in the third quarter. Nice spin move by Andy. Saved again by Walker. He's been unbelievable for the Marauders today.
It's been a goaltenders matchup, huh?
It's been a goaltenders matchup, absolutely. Both goalies keeping their teams in it. Sargent gets a little pick. Hanene, Blunder. Tommy Blunder. In front, Kelly scores! What a setup that was! From Tommy Blunder to Brian Kelly. And once again, we're tied up at 6. It's Kelly now. Kelly. Ooh, it's an own goal! It's an own goal! I have not seen that one before. The try is good.
It was off the back of a Lancer's stick. I think all the Lancers are trying to figure it out too. We have the best angle in the house. We have no idea what that hit. So, however, Brian Kelly's putting his hands up.
Yeah, I think Brian Kelly was the last one to pass that, so they gotta give credit to Kelly. That is his 5th of the contest. And just like that, the Marauders are back in front with 3:55 left to go in the fourth. He turns it over. Wow, unbelievable turnover.
Jude Sargent.
Here's Jude with 9. If 8 with 7. Sargent scores! Jude Sargent delivers with 5.9 left to go. What a turn of events, and the Marauders regain the lead, 8-7.
There's barely any life left, and they make that little baby a 6-footer. That was impressive.
And here comes Holicki. Holicki tosses up to Kelly, and that's gonna do it. The Marauders defeat the Lancers. What a game! The Marauders win it. 8-7, your final.
First time the Marauders beat the Lancers since April 11th of 2011.
Unbelievable. 8-7, your final score from Livingston.
And boy, first time since 2011. Again, this lacrosse team with the game winner with 5.9 left to go in regulation. After Livingston had just tied it as well. Man, wow, it was an exciting turn of events for the Marauders. Brian Kelly, as you mentioned, 5 goals. John Kearns at the goal. Henry Walker against 16 saves in the 8-7 victory. Lacrosse is now 2-0 on the year. And we're going to get some analysis of this lacrosse week with Ignacio Marro and Jackson Briamonte. both sophomores at the Chalk Talk podcast. And again, go listen to it if you're a sports fan. They break down everything in professional and college sports. They're going to come on again this week to break down everything that happened with the lacrosse team, as well as talk about the big matchups next week. Got a big divisional matchup for the top seed in the division already. Delva, as of this recording, 3-0, looking to go 4-0 today. So that's going to be a big matchup. And then they got Immaculata under the lights in Bridgewater. So let's welcome in to this week's State of the Marauders Hotline, the one, the only, Ignacio Marro and Jackson Briamonte.
Welcome to the State of the Marauders Hotline, sponsored by the Torna Bennett Group. They provide leadership solutions for nonprofit organizations, professional fundraising, interim executives, and strategic marketing. They also provide sales, fundraising, and executive solutions for New Jersey businesses. For more information, call 201-932-0100 today. That's 201-932-0100.
I'm Ignacio Marro here with Jackson Briamonte, and we're going to analyze the first two games of St. Peter's Prep Lacrosse in their season so far. So they beat Berlin Jesuit and they beat Livingston High School. What are your thoughts on the first two games?
So for the first game for the Marauders, they beat Berlin Jesuit by a score of 10-8, with Brian Kelly scoring 2 goals, 1 assist, John Kern scoring 2 goals, 1 assist, Jude Sargent with 3 goals, 1 assist, James Jacoby, a goal and an assist, Connor Cagle, 1 goal, Tommy Blunda, 1 assist, and Finn Freeman coming all the way from the defensive end and scoring a goal. We also had Jacob Palicki win 10 faceoffs and Henry Walker with 15 saves. So the Marauders came out, I would say the same way they came out in their scrimmages, hot, ready to go, firing on all cylinders, taking good shots, having good offensive position, and the defense having good, meaningful defensive possessions. Not too long, giving Berlin a long time to play offense, but a good set, getting the ball back and bringing it down, being able to get it down the field so the Marauders can score and enhance the score.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a game. It was a really, really impressive win for the Marauders, considering they were down, They were down 2 in the fourth quarter, and it was, they just fought their way back, and that goal you mentioned about Finn Freeman, that really brought the whole crowd to life. It was an amazing game.
That was a crazy goal. Amazing goal.
Who was one player that stood out for you?
I think the obvious would be Jude Sargent with 3 goals and 1 assist, but Henry Walker, he had 15 saves, and he had a save percentage of 65%, which is absolutely absurd. Yeah. But going back to what you were saying about being down by 2, they rallied 3 goals with about 4 minutes left in the game, with Jude Sargent scoring the game-tying goal with 3:13 left, and Brian's game winner coming with just 1:30 left in the game. So that obviously brought a lot of hype to the crowd, as they were really fighting back and forth this whole game. They just got away from them at the end, where they were able to pull through with some pretty sick and intense goals.
Yeah, the game was back and forth for the entire game, and people thought, Berlin Jesuit was going to pull away here when they went up by multiple goals, but Marauders really just fought back.
That's true, because Berlin was winning at halftime by a score of 5-4, but the Marauders just pulled away, scoring 4 goals in the fourth quarter and holding Berlin to just 1 goal in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, very impressive, very impressive. I know before, when the Marauders went down, there was timeout, and I think whatever the coaches adjusted to, I think whatever happened there really just shaped the way the game.
It was an amazing fourth quarter. They definitely played a lot better in the fourth quarter than they did the rest of the game, but still an all-around very good game.
Yeah, I think my MVPs, like you said, would be Henry Walker and Jude Sargent.
Yeah,
Jude Sargent balled out in his first game back.
Without a doubt.
Then we move on to Livingston. So the Marauders beat Livingston 8-7, with Brian Kelly scoring 5 goals, which was ridiculous. Jude Sargent had 2 goals, and John Kearns had a goal. Connor Cagle had 1 assist. Tommy Blunda had an assist, and Jacob Palicki won 11 faceoffs.
Henry Walker had another 16 saves that game.
And this was a ridiculous game. I mean, the fourth quarter, it was just back and forth. Goals were happening every minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really a super high scoring game, and then the fourth quarter just went crazy.
Yeah. In this game, what we're referring to is Jude Sargent scored a goal with 5.9 seconds remaining on the clock. Back and forth, you had Brian Kelly scoring a goal to give them the lead. Livingston comes down, ties it. Brian Kelly scores again. Livingston comes down, ties it. And then basically Jude just takes the ball and just ran the entire field, ran through people, and just shot it and scored. And it was amazing. Everyone went crazy for it. But this was another intense game that was competitive the whole way through. Again, the Marauders were losing at halftime and just pulled away in the fourth quarter, having another amazing fourth quarter of 3 goals.
Yeah, I think obviously the MVP here would have to be Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
5 goals in the game is insane.
Yeah.
And I think the most clutch play is obviously Jude Sargent scoring with 5 goals left. I would really like to see Jude run downhill a lot more. I think he could be a top player in the conference and have a lot more goals if he just put his body, I think, into more people. He's a great player, but I think if he just ran downhill more, he's been doing it all season.
Another thing with Brian Kelly, he scored 4 of his 5 goals in the second half, which really propelled the Marauders to that win.
Yeah, I mean, that was huge. And then Jacob Halicki being clutch in the fourth quarter. I mean, he probably won the last 4 faceoffs of the game. When they had when Livingston scored, Jacob won the faceoff and then scored. Mm-hmm. And then once Livingston scored, he won it again, and Brian then scored. And just back and forth, and the most clutch one was when Jude picked it up right off the faceoff that Jacob won. Yeah. And then to seal the deal in the last faceoff of the game after Sargent scored with 5 seconds left.
Henry Walker has 31 saves through 2 games, which is absurd. Yeah, crazy for him.
He's having an amazing season. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the All-Conference.
Yeah. Definitely deserving of an All-Conference spot right now.
Looking forward, you've got Del Val, who Prep lost to last year. Yeah. So what do you expect for this next game?
I expect them to come out the way they've been coming out, firing, ready to go. They'll be preparing for it. We'll be preparing for it in practice, getting ready for them. And playing them last year, it gives us a little bit of a edge. We kind of know what we're doing. Same thing with Livingston. Like Bullen, never played them before, so that took a lot of extra prep. But teams like these, where we played them last year, we have a little bit thought in mind of what's coming. Yeah. But I expect nothing less than what we've been seeing. A lot of high energy, good quality shots. And I really think, again, they could pull away with this one. They did lose last year, but arguably, I believe the team is better this year and
I agree.
Can definitely pull through.
I definitely agree. I'm going to predict Jacob Halicki to kind of be the MVP of this. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to dominate on the face-off aspect of the game, and I could see him taking it and scoring. Yeah. He did that a few times last year. And then I'm going to go with John Kearns, I think, will lead in scoring against Del Val.
I don't disagree with that. I think Henry Walker will have another 12-plus saves in this game. 12-plus.
Yeah. And then looking forward, we'll go one more game in advance because St. Peter's plays Immaculata only 2 days or 3 days right after Del Val. That's interesting because we got Coach Palin's brother as being an assistant coach for Immaculata, kind of a brother rivalry out here. What do you think about Immaculata's game?
Another team that the Marauders lost to last year, but then again, that was just a scrimmage. So this year it'll be their 4th game of the season. They'll have 3 games and 2 scrimmages under their belt. And again, they'll be looking to come out hot. They'll be looking for a revenge, trying to get the win that they wanted last year but couldn't complete. And then again, I just think as long as they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to be hard to stop. They have good plays, good flow on offense. Everyone seems to work well together. They all are very comfortable with each other. And that's not surprising considering how long we've been playing together all offseason. The defense, again, I think, will also communicate well, play well together, and just all around have a great game.
Yeah, I truly believe that the Marauders can definitely start this season 4-0.
Yes.
I think it's a very, very possible thing to happen.
100%.
that's it for your State of Marauders podcast for our lacrosse analyzation. And we'll see you next week. Signing off, Jackson Briamonte and Ignacio Marro.
Thank you to Ignacio and Jackson again for their analysis. Again, make sure you check out their Chalk Talk podcast. And again, we hope Ignacio's well. Hopefully, we come back next week and they're 4-0. But again, they're taking on a very tough Delval team. They lost to them last year, as they mentioned. They start off 3-0. They might be 4-0 by the time they play them. So it's going to be a very, very tough task. Tough task to handle for this Marauder team. Going all the way to near Pennsylvania. Tough travels. I mean, I could see that one being a loss, but again, we'll see. But then the game against Mackinac Saturday night, Bridgewater, that's going to be a very intriguing game. As Ignacio mentioned, that game last year was pretty close. It was a 1-goal game in the scrimmage, so we'll see what the Marauders do. But I think they start off on the right foot. You can't complain about this Marauder star for lacrosse so far. So great job by the lacrosse guys so far. Now let's talk about the volleyball team. And again, they're struggling out of the gate once again. They struggled last year, struggled this year. They lost in straight sets, 25-18 and 30-28 to Union C. That second set, 30-20, that's a lot of set points, both sides. But Owen Sanchez, the captain, 10 assists, 8 digs. Colin Gorman, again, we talked about him being the X factor. 8 digs, 3 service point, 1 ace. And Michael Shipman, 7 service point, 6 kills. But again, not much else for the Marauders in this contest. They're 0-1. They're looking to right the ship. They got 3 county opponents this week. They take on North Bergen on the road today. Before hosting Memorial and Dickinson end the week, which I'll probably be covering both games most likely. So stay tuned to my social media profile at RRodriguezSPP to see where I'm going to be. But I think the volleyball team needs a good week to get right back on track and to continue these good flows that we have with the sports team so far. Because track, they took on the Raw Riding Stars Invitational to start their year, and the freshmen, fantastic job, 1-2-3 finish in the 100-meter dash. Neko Leslie Liggins in first place at the time of the 11:54. Hunter Watson second. Matt Pecco in third. Jordan Rodriguez in fifth. Tyler Bell in sixth. Christian Cruz in ninth. Jacob Anderson 11th. And Jaden Bryant in 12th. In the 400-meter dash, Matt Pecco ends up in second. Jordan Rodriguez in fifth. Aiden Dunn in seventh. Christian Cruz in ninth. The 4x100 team ends up in second overall. In high jump, Jacob Anderson will win it at the score of 17-9. With Neko Leslie Liggins, again, he's doing it all, coming up in second place as well. In the sophomores, in the 400-meter dash, Corey Greenfield ends up in second. Jason Peterson in third. Andres Perez in sixth. In discus, Matt Zapata ends up in fourth, with Michael Ortega Rodriguez ending up in 11th. In the summit relays, in the freshman sophomore 4x200 meter relay team, they ended up in first place overall at a time of 1:34.35, with the team of Corey Greenfield, Neko Leslie Liggins, again, Matt Pecco, and Jason Peterson. With the B team ending up in fifth place overall, the team of Christian Cruz, Jacob Anderson, Tyler Bell, and Jordan Rodriguez as well. And the freshman sophomore 4x400 meter relay team, again, this is all at the summer relays. They ended up first place overall at a time of 3:44.22. That's a team of Christian Cruz, Aiden Dunn, Chad Stone, and Hunter Watson. And the B team ends up sixth overall. That's a team of Eli Farmer, Aiden Wiseman, Bryce Mays, and Jacob Anderson, with Joseph Bird ending up in sixth place and Shopper. As a team overall, they ended up in third place. All right, so third place overall. Good job. One behind second place, Morris Hills. That's 1 point behind second place, Morris Hills. 3 points behind first place, Elizabeth. But again, third place. That's a great job overall. Good start for the track guys as usual. And this week they had the St. Dom's Invitational today from Lincoln Park. And then this weekend they have the big Hudson County Relays also from Hudson Park as well. So go look to our track Marauders. Last but not least on the docket this week, we have the crew team making history at the TJ Hunt Memorial Regatta. And boy, what a dominant performance by the crew team. They're now this 8 boat, the freshman 8 boat, the lightweight 8 boat, the JV 8 boat, and the 1V 8 boat all got first place. The 2V 8 boat got in second place. Good job. And the historical accomplishment is that the Marauders, as a team overall, would win their first overall trophy in school history, as they end up first place in points overall. So that's a big congratulations to the team. Big accomplishment for the program. They've been making strides each and every year to become one of the best teams in the state and one of the best teams in the country. That's a big step up to get the first team trophy. Last year in this race, they lost by 2 points. And this was a big, clear message in the offseason that they wanted to get revenge and they wanted to win that TJ Hunt Memorial Trophy. And boy, did they do. So, great job by the crew team. They're going to take on their spring break regatta. They're going to head out to Tampa, Florida this week. So, enjoy the warm weather boys down in Tampa, Florida. So, now, before we sign up for the week, all right? Again, no more news of the week. Before we sign up, we have a message from my student club president for the Sports Reporters Club, Ben Nosiolek. He has a message to the prep student body. So, Ben, take it away.
Hey everyone, this is Junior Ben Novoselic, the president of the State of the Marauder Sports Reporters Club. If you're a student at St. Peter's Prep and you want to get involved with sports media or broadcasting, come to one of our club meetings. Dates and times of the meetings will be published on the daily announcements. But if you want more information, you can just email me at novoselic.b24@students.spprep.org. We look forward to seeing you guys.
Thank you to Ben for that announcement. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The final thing for this episode, the Marauder Player of the Week Award, the first set of nominees for the 2023 spring season. We got 5 nominees for this week. Starting first, this freshman from the track team, Neko Leslie Liggins. The second nominee, and again, as I talked about, this guy does not win Player of the Week award. I don't know what to do, but the senior captain from the baseball team, Matt Corwin. The third nominee, who's been clutch, pretty much been both games for the lacrosse team, Jude Sargent, the senior. Fourth, this freshman who absolutely dominated in singles play this week, Augustia Harsh. And again, this last candidate from the crew team who's been vital in their team's success, Julian Rodriguez. So, those are your 5 nominees for this week. And remember, the voting will end on April 15th at 11:59 p.m. You can only vote once on the episode. Make sure you vote for who you think should be this week's Marauder Player of the Week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for another episode of the State of the Marauders podcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in and continue to spread the word of the State of the Marauders podcast by sharing our social media profile at SOTM Marauders to everyone you know, and continue to check them out for all of the latest updates. We'll be back on the docket next week to continue talking about how the spring season is going for your St. Peter's Prep Marauders. And as always, let's go Prep.
Hi, this is lacrosse head coach Andrew Watts, and you are listening to the State of the Marauders podcast, sponsored by D1 Media Pro, the #1 live stream in the state for high school sports.